A second body is pulled from a rock slide at Bow Glacier Falls.
Sadly, this extremely rare event appears to have been neither preventable nor predictable.
What we are learning about the rare event and those involved. Rainfall warning in effect. The same weekend, Calgarians are planning their Neighbor Day events. And barely into summer, yet 4 Calgary neighborhoods are excited to lace up the skates.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla DiGiuseppe.
Good afternoon. Parks Canada says the deadly rock slide at Bow Glacier Falls Thursday afternoon was neither preventable nor predictable, but admit the size of the slide is extremely rare. The first report of the rock slide came in at 1 p.m., prompting about 100 emergency personnel from various agencies to respond. 2 people were killed, 3 were taken to hospital, and at least a dozen others had minor injuries. Because of the unstable terrain, crews waited until this morning and used infrared to locate the second victim. Officials say the rock slide was a natural event. Bow Glacier Falls remains closed until an assessment can be done before determining when it can be safely reopened. Mark Villani joins us now from Lake Louise. Mark, you spoke to a survivor today who has a harrowing tale to tell.
Yeah, that's right, Camilla. It was a trail that many people considered safe. Lots of families and kids alike are always seen hiking at Bow Glacier Falls. But what happened there in this rock slide certainly ended in tragedy. It's been devastating for so many people that we've spoken with today, including hikers that we talked to. Many people say that they're stunned by what's happened, many sending their condolences and also expressing some safety concerns. Now, Parks Canada and the RCMP say both the victims who died have now been recovered, including Yuta Heinrichs, a 70-year-old woman from Calgary, a retired instructor at the University of Alberta, described as a talented and dedicated leader. The news is certainly heartbreaking, though, for those who survived the incident, including Elizabeth Jackson, who was hiking with her dogs in tow at the time when she heard the sound of a rock fracturing from above. Within seconds, she was running through a cloud of dust and debris. She was among several hikers rescued by helicopter, telling us she saw about a dozen people sprawled across the mountain, some trapped, others in complete shock.
I just looked over my left shoulder and saw this whole slab of rock. It looked like a multi-story building coming down. Yeah, and as soon as it started, I mean, it was a huge piece. It just started falling, and when it was hitting the ground, it was starting to crumble and burst into boulders. And it was just a blur from there. I just got up and I ran, and I knew seeing that there's no way I was going to be able to survive that. So I just got up and I ran.
Now, geologists believe that water seeping into fractured rock from a glacial lake above, a lake that has only existed since the 1950s, may have triggered this collapse. For now, Camilla, we can tell you that parts of that Bow Glacier Falls trail are closed, but officials, again, warning hikers to take as many precautions as possible and to be safe out there.
Absolutely, Mark. Thank you so much. A rainfall warning is in effect for Calgary. This weekend's wet weather is impacting events, including some but not all Neighbor Day activities. Mayor Jyoti Gondek says she will be bringing goodies and a rain poncho as she tours over a dozen events on Saturday. The city gave small grants to community organizations to host events. However, the bike park at Winsport will have to wait until next Tuesday before mountain bikers can ride. And Sport Calgary has moved multiple sport activities indoors to get participants out of the rain. The mayor says Calgary's community spirit won't be washed out. The city will honor the funding commitments to organizations that may cancel or postpone their Neighbor Day. And the rain isn't stopping the Marda Loop night market. It's just getting underway in the Southwest community. The market runs until 10 p.m. and features shopping, food trucks, and live music. It starts at 18th Street and extends onto 36th Avenue. Let's bring in our Danielle Savoni taking a look at those images. We're going to get a lot of rain.
Yeah.
But we've learned a lot since the 2013 flood. For anyone that's been, a little concerned.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been asking, is this going to be the same idea? And no, it's not. And I think the couple of key things is we had accelerated snow melt, and that enhanced the amount of water coming at us. What is somewhat similar is that we have a system stuck over us for days. That's what happened before, but there were a lot of other factors at place with 2013. Also, a lot of infrastructure that's been put in place as well to help us out. So we're not at that level, but this is certainly significant. So in the green, that is the rainfall warning. Calgary, yes, under the rainfall warning, so is Medicine Hat, and certainly up the foothills, up the mountains. In the white, that's the snowfall warning that's in place. So Kananaskis, really when you look at snow levels, 1,500 meters overnight tonight, could pick up 20 to 30 centimeters of snow, plus rain is attached to that as well. So very tricky driving conditions there over these next 24 hours. For Calgary, 40 to 80 millimeters. These are totals for the 3 days, so today and for the weekend. For Lethbridge, 40 to 80 millimeters. Medicine Hat, 40 to 80. The thing is east of the QE2, east of Highway 2, and in the southeast corner, very gusty at times, and that when we had all this water, the ground saturated, that could lead to downed trees and power outages. Okay, your 24-hour forecast for Calgary brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen. Find more than what you're expecting. And when you look at these next 24 hours, rain and thunderstorms for the evening, rain throughout the overnight hours, and then gusty and rainy with temperatures dropping throughout the day into those single digits. Cam?
Thank you, Danielle. Family and friends of a 16-year-old boy murdered last year filled the courtroom for the sentencing hearing of his killer. Last June, Dean Visser was followed, attacked from behind, and stabbed to death over an online feud with a 17-year-old boy who can't be named under the Young Offenders Act. The teen originally told police Visser attacked first, but when he found out he was caught on security video, admitted to the killing, saying he saw rage and just went forward. He was charged with first-degree murder, but pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. Visser's family wants others to take precautions with social media.
Yeah, so a fight over words on Instagram became real one day. And it was only real for one of the two people. That it was supposed to be a fight. The other person thought it was a war words, and he's the one that suffered.
A sentencing date will be decided next week. Calgary police say a 35-year-old man died in a motorcycle crash yesterday. It happened just before 6 p.m. on Stony Trail near Sarcee Trail in the northwest. Investigators say a pickup truck with a utility trailer braked for traffic, then changed lanes, striking the motorcycle. The motorcyclist was taken to hospital where he later died of his injuries. Police would like to speak to anyone who witnessed the crash or has dash cam footage from the area. You will see something new at the Stampede this year, but it isn't cowboy themed. New anti-ramming devices have been purchased and will be in place on the grounds this year. They are there to keep vehicles from plowing through crowds of pedestrians, like what happened at the Lapu Lapu Festival in Vancouver in April. 11 people were killed and the driver is facing second-degree murder charges. Up until now, the Stampede has rented such devices as needed, but decided it was time to do more.
So we've been using this type of barrier since 2019, mostly at our annual celebration each July. Late last year, we purchased some to have here year-round to support these events here on Park.
You will also see them at Calgary International Airport. The airport authority says it's a proactive attempt to boost security rather than a response to any particular incident. Street sweeping season has come to an end with a lot of gravel removed from the road over the past 2 months. Between mid-April and June 18th, the final day of sweeping, more than 17,000 lane kilometers of road was cleaned. 19 million kilograms of gravel and debris was swept up. That's equal to nearly 1,200 four-door sedans. The program cost about $7.5 million and finished on budget. The street sweepers will be back in action next month for Stampede. Still to come, commuting to the mountains just got a little easier. Next, ramping up bus service from Calgary's airport to tourists' favorite scenic locations. And measles cases show no signs of slowing, with Alberta surpassing a milestone. Working behind the scenes at the G7 summit in Kananaskis was a team from southern Alberta keeping wildlife at bay. 7 handlers as well as 5 dogs, including Karelian bear dogs known for their fearlessness, patrolled the town site looking for what wildlife might be getting too close for comfort. The team came across a grizzly and black bear. That's when the dogs were sent in.
We did work a couple of bears out of an area full of people, and they were really good. They left right away. Our dogs were major ambassadors for safe coexistence of wildlife and humans as well. They bring a lot of attention to this scenario.
The dogs also became minor celebrities during the summit, especially 7-month-old Luna, who was working her first job. Now, Danielle is back, and I can't help but wonder, is that rain pounding on the roof? Because you could hear it.
Yeah, it's intensifying. So we talked about it intensifying in the afternoon and through these overnight hours and through tomorrow. This is when we're looking at the heaviest. Oh, look at our live shot. Yeah, it's not the best outdoor weather, is it? Yeah, this is why we're looking at significant totals, because not only are we looking at intense rain at times, but this system is stuck over us and will keep driving moisture in for quite a long period of time. We'll talk about the timeline in just a second. Also, it's cooled down our temperatures. 12 degrees is the current temperature in Calgary, Lethbridge, and Milk River, 16 in Medicine Hat, and 17 in Brooks, just 10 in Pincher Creek. Okay, current temperatures closer to home here, 11 at Winsport, 10 in Cochrane, in Bragg Creek as well, 14 in Irricana, 13 in Strathmore. Get your daily dose of greens at Serenity Golf Club, just 20 minutes east of Calgary. Okay, we talked about this yesterday. I want to say this one more time. Potential issues with this system. Really what we're looking at is such a lot of rain. In fact, in Calgary, this is a month's worth of rain almost, or yes, a month's worth in just 3 days. So that's significant, and that could create some localized flooding. Basements, certainly make sure the downspouts, eavesdrops, all cleared out. And really, when we combine this with these strong wind gusts that will happen in some communities as well tomorrow, that could push over some trees because the grounds are so saturated, which could lead to power outages. So a lot going on with this system. Rainfall warnings in the green, in the white Kananaskis area, because we're looking at rain and snow, up to 30 centimeters of snow for higher elevations. And basically that snow level is 1,500 meters for the overnight hours. And then in the gray there, that's where we have the statement in place, because it will be rainy and windy, especially in the far south and basically east of QE2, east of Highway 2. So that's when we're looking at the higher chance of downed trees and power outages is in this area off to the east. 40 to 80 millimeters of rain. And I'm showing you the higher levels. Now, when you look at these higher numbers here, it's less likely to get the higher numbers, but it is a possibility, and I want to make sure you're aware of the possibility. The bullseye area is all up along the mountains here, where we could see 100+ millimeters of rain. And then Medicine Hat 40 to 80, Calgary 40 to 80, 40 to 80 around Lethbridge as well. And then again, further to the west, 100 millimeters is definitely a possibility in some localized areas. Here's a look at what it's doing right now. So embedded thunderstorms are possible in this as well, and pockets of very, very heavy rain, which is what we just saw and are seeing moving through parts of Calgary and around Calgary as well, headed towards Strathmore, for example. To give you a timeline of what you can expect, this will just keep piling in the rainfall into Calgary, as you can see, even the overnight hours and through tomorrow. Wind gusts tomorrow up to 50 kilometers per hour, which is not ideal as well. This should be out for the most part on Sunday, at least less intense. There will still be isolated showers possible on Sunday, and even late day thunderstorms possible Sunday and Monday. Look at these temperatures: 9 for Saturday, windy, rainy, 15 degrees by Sunday, and then 16 as we get into Monday. We'll be back into the 20s by Tuesday of next week. Don't miss the first ever Calgary Health Foundation Home Lottery Mountain Edition early bird deadline. Get your tickets and you're in to win the Mercedes Adventure Seeker early bird prize, or take $300,000 cash. Early bird deadline is midnight tonight. There are less than 5% tickets remaining. Buy now at CalgaryMountainHomeLottery.com.
Alberta has now surpassed 1,000 confirmed cases of measles. 24 new cases are being reported today, bringing the total since March to 1,020. The vast majority of cases involve those who are not fully vaccinated. The best protection against the highly contagious and preventable disease is 2 doses of the MMR vaccine. Just ahead, the UCP campaigned on it 2 years ago. The province reveals when many Albertans will see some savings from its long-awaited tax cuts. Mixed day on the markets to end the trading week. Joining me is Robert Geary, investment advisor with the Popwich Carmeli Advisory Group. So, Robert, U.S. markets reopened after the Juneteenth stat holiday.
Yeah, I think this was an interesting trade here, Camilla, today, because we saw markets open higher here this morning by a couple hundred points and then started to come off. We did get some commentary out of a governor from the U.S. Fed stating that, hey, they may look to move on rates as early as July. So I think that's kind of put a pause on the markets. And then we had the trade kind of setting up on what's going to expectations on the Middle East tensions. When you get this heading into a weekend when the markets close, you get a little bit of risk off. So the market came off at the end of the day.
In Canada, following the U.S. in retail sales.
Yeah, this is also a very interesting report. This is following the U.S. Earlier in the week, and the April numbers came in. This is the headline numbers that they came in slightly lower than expected, but still positive. But it was the go-forward forecast for May that was down 1.1%. That's the biggest drop in a year. And so I think the expectation is that we had a lot of forward spending in the first months, first quarter of the year to get ahead of tariffs, and now that's coming off. So I think that this trend is going to be very closely followed, especially by the Bank of Canada, to see, because it could be a leading indicator for the GDP for the country as well.
And NVIDIA bringing sci-fi movies to life.
I think this is very interesting. NVIDIA in their where they develop their AI semiconductors and their servers down in Texas are now going to be using humanoid robots, full-blown legs, walking around the whole bit, just like iRobot, Will Smith movie, developing AI servers to develop the chips that develop the humanoid robots. So in a sense that they're almost developing themselves. I think this is very interesting. This is supposed to come on at the start of January 2026.
All right, Robert, thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too.
The UCP government's long-promised tax cut starts next month. The province says on July 1st, more than 2 million Albertans will benefit from a change promised 2 years ago. That's when a new personal income tax bracket kicks in of 8% on the first $60,000 of income. The province says it amounts to savings of up to $750 in 2025. The benefit is retroactive to January. There's a new way to head out to the mountains for people flying into our city. Flixbus is introducing routes from the airport to Canmore, Banff, Lake Louise, and more. The private company operates in more than 40 countries around the world. It aims to answer the growing demand for transportation to the Rockies by tourists and Canadians. Between 14 and 16 trips per day will begin on June 26th. 2 people have died in the rockslide in Banff National Park. Here's Ian White with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Camilla, the rockslide happened Thursday afternoon at Bow Glacier Falls, north of Lake Louise. One of the victims was a 70-year-old Calgary woman. Coming up at 6, how she's being remembered. Plus, more details about the harrowing escape made by survivors. Also ahead, a rainfall warning is impacting weekend plans. Coming up at 6, Calgarians share the adjustments they're making because of the weather. Camilla?
Thank you, Ian.
The Calgary Health Foundation's first ever home lottery mountain edition early bird prize deadline is actually midnight tonight, and tickets are going fast. So I'm joined now by Shannon with the Calgary Health Foundation to tell us more about it. Hi, Shannon.
Hi.
Now, the proceeds to this lottery in particular are going to support Care West.
That's right. And this is the first time one of our lotteries is supporting long-term continuing care in Calgary, so we're really excited about that. In particular, it's going to be supporting the new Bridgeland Continuing Care Facility that's opening in 2026 and some of the programming that will be available to residents there.
And so it's comforting for people who are buying into this lottery, knowing that not only do they get the chance to win great prizes, but also supporting the community in this way. So speaking of prizes, let's talk about them, starting with the early bird prize.
Yes, we're so excited. I'm particularly excited. I wish I could win, but I can't. But it is a Mercedes Sprinter van that's fully customizable through Yama Vans locally in Calgary. And it means you can travel all over North America with this incredible van.
Which is right up your alley, but for people who aren't so nature prone, I would probably choose the cash option, $300,000.
That's right. Yeah. So there's an option regardless of where your interests lie.
Something for everyone. But when you bet your tickets by this deadline, midnight tonight, you're entered to win the early bird prize, but also the grand prize, which is this $2.7 million villa townhome that we're standing in Canmore.
Yeah, and this place is incredible. It's 2,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, and it sleeps actually 10 people. And it can be part of the rental market. So there's a lot of ways you can use this space.
Yeah, built, of course, by Spring Creek here in Canmore. It's a fantastic location. Thank you so much, Shannon.
Thank you.
Of course, you'll want to buy your tickets before midnight tonight for that early bird prize deadline. For more information and to get your tickets, you can visit CalgaryMountainHomeLottery.com.
Well, the rain is coming down. We can hear it right here in our studios, but we've cooled off too. Right now in Calgary, 12 degrees, rain. Danielle has details next. So first we have to deal with the rain and the cool temperatures, and eventually it will warm back up.
Yeah, and the bulk of it is tonight through tomorrow, and then things will start to let up. We'll have some breaks, and then temperatures will slowly start to recover here. And they need to recover a lot. It's just 12 degrees right now. Today is high 13, and normal is 21. And you can see by that live shot behind us. Yep, it's rainy. It's reducing visibility. For tomorrow, just a high of 9. That will be in the morning, and then temperatures will drop throughout the day, so will remain in the single digits. Winds out of the north at 50 kilometers per hour, combined with heavy, heavy rain at times. On Sunday and Monday, we'll get into the teens, and that will come with rain at times and thunderstorms possible at times, but also some breaks. Okay. Don't miss the first ever Calgary Health Foundation Home Lottery Mountain Edition Early Bird Deadline. Get your tickets and you are in to win the Mercedes Adventure Seeker Early Bird Prize or take $300,000 cash. Early Bird Deadline is midnight tonight. There are less than 5% tickets remaining, so buy now at CalgaryMountainHomeLottery.com.
Thank you, Danielle. 4 neighborhoods will be getting new outdoor rinks in the coming years, thanks to a partnership between local Rotary clubs and the Calgary Flames Foundation. 4 Flames Rotary sports zones are being built. It includes a new outdoor rink, free equipment rentals, and lower cost programming like learning to skate and after-school programs. The first sports zone is expected to open in Pine Ridge this fall, with Sonalta and Crossroads getting rinks in 2026 and a 4th yet to be determined rink in 2027. Pretty cool indeed. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.